I wouldn't think it could possibly in any way, shape, or form be about the collector's market, because I don't think that exists with mainstream modern comics. You know,
Okay.
where you buying a DC comic now or a Marvel comic now that is just like, oh, it's gonna speculate on this because this is gonna be worth something. They're overprinted, they're overdone.
They're for sure.
There's no value to them.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of the most recent one. I guess maybe if they introduce a new character, which they speed run to a live action presence, perhaps a first appearance, kind of like what they did with a Kamala Khan and whatnot.
But they got to have some sort of popularity.
Or do they?
Kamala Khan ain't got any popularity.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, yeah, they have to, but I can see where a collector might find the first appearance of Kamala Harris Khan appealing, or Iron.
Really?
I'm really,
no,
like,
seriously, I'm not trying to play contrarian. Like, but really though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, perhaps there. I don't know what that market looks like. I'm not saying what they, but you think they get some sort of uptick for the first, like, come on, $5. It'll go up $5 when the first appearance of Ironheart, which I have, by the way, will go up $5 once the Ironheart show comes out. You don't think?
Well, right. No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
But you just look at the price difference between Batman 423 5 years ago and Batman 423 now, McFarlane cover. That McFarlane cover, Batman 423, has just soared in value. Now, whether or not that's cheeky little collector, auction site shenanigans. We know that kind of thing exists. But you could pick that up for a decent Nick copy 5-6 years ago. You can pick that up for about, let's say, 45-50 quid pounds. About $75. Let's say $75. Now you look at you want to pick up a mint condition copy of that. You're looking at 400, 450. That's like, whoa, that's a big leap in leap in 5 years. So certain things have got legitimate value. You want to get a Neil Adams Batman cover, and there are some very special ones out. The first appearance of Ra's al Ghul, his homage to Bob Kane's Monk cover from Detective Comics 31, maybe around there. And they've got actual value. You look at McFarlane's Spider-Man, it's got value. But nowadays, you think when it
wouldn't go up like that. It wouldn't go up like that.
But that's just it. That's my thing. That's what I'm actually talking about. Like, Bane comes out, and Bane's like now a very well established major Batman villain created by Graham Nolan, Chuck Dixon, right?
Yep.
Ironheart. Who the fuck gives a shit? No one gives a shit.
No, they don't.
These aren't investable characters. So how can when a character's not investable, how can their product be investable?
Well, the way that I see it is, perhaps, again, if I'm looking at it as objectively as I can, I don't think it would be for other collectors, right? It wouldn't be anything like that. It's not like what you were mentioning with McFarlane. But what I could see is that some gullible normie, like with Miles Morales' comics, like what I did, right? Where, I could flip them shits for a pretty penny to some guy who just learned about the character because they announced him with Into the Spider-Verse. So yeah, it looks different and I don't see it jumping that much, but I can, if I'm just being objective as I can be, I could see where maybe Ironheart's not a good example because we already saw her just recently. So maybe that uptick that she was going to get was going to happen when, what was that, Black Panther that she first appeared?
Black Panther 2, yeah.
Yeah. When that dropped or around that time. But that's the only thing that I could think of for a modern comic. If someone is going to buy it as a general investment with the mainstream, it has to be one of these characters that they are trying to force upon you and speed run. Like again, the Kamala Khans of the worlds, or the relatively newer characters, the Kate Bishops, which they haven't really been around forever. They've been around, but not that long. But like Captain Marvel, I mean, you had a movie. She became Captain Marvel in 2012, I believe it was. That she officially became Carol Danvers officially became Captain Marvel, and we got a movie.
Kelly Sue DeConnick, wasn't it?
Was it Kelly Thompson or Kelly Sue DeConnick? Yeah, it was Kelly.
Yeah,
Sue,
I think it's Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Yeah, Kelly Thompson ended up writing
Queen the bullshit. So I understand the confusion.
Yeah, someone said in chat 2012, and so you got that movie. Like, I mean, they sped run that Captain Marvel thing. So perhaps maybe there's a little investment that can come from that. But I don't see anything because I don't think they're creating anything new enough. That's going to be like, this is going to be like a first appearance of a Deadpool or something like that. Like they're not even capable, I don't think, of creating, or at least the appeal's not there, of creating a character or an event that pops off like that and will be something that's the talk of the town for the next 20, 30 years. Like
But Captain Marvel wasn't Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel, not Marvel, of course. But,
the Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the proper Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Was a manufactured attempt.
Oh, yeah. You saw it through the reboots. You saw it through the multiple reboots. That was forced.
It was, and that's what happened with Kamala Khan as well. That's what happened. That's what's happened with, America Chavez. We've seen it. We've seen it with all these failed characters. They've been manufactured and pushed and pushed and pushed even after failure. And when they fail, what do? You can't get anyone to buy a Ms. Marvel comic, so you stick her in Spider-Man. And then you essentially turn Spider-Man into her book to kill her off so she can come back as a mutant. So that you can put it in line with the MCU.
They legitimately
and you
did
know
that.
why they did
That's
that?
crazy.
They did that because they're thinking, now when we write stories about Ms. Marvel, because she aligns in the comics now with how she's in the MCU, these stories could potentially be picked up and I could get paid. So this is all manufactured nonsense. These aren't characters which are being created that fans are getting behind and enjoying. For instance, if we do take your Rippaverse, for instance, when you put out the first posters, the character that sold the most posters was Yaira.
Yep, that poster back there.
So it's just like, right, well, okay, this is a statement by the fans as to which character they'd like to see. So you go and get a Yaira book into production. Yaira goes and Chuck, this is not a slight. Don't even go there.
Not at all.
He goes and overtakes Alpha Core.
Yeah.
In sales, it was the fastest book to $1 million. It did $1 million in a day.
Yeah.
A fucking day.
Yep, that happened.
And that's fan driven.
Yeah.
So when you've got manufactured versus fan driven, very different things altogether. The main stream comic book industry has been particularly Marvel has been manufacturing heroes, inverted commas, because they're not even heroes. Let's just Captain Marvel and Kamala Khan were going around sticking fucking people in gulags that didn't agree with them, weren't they? So it's just like, you're not fucking heroes. It kind of feels like, hi, did you read Kingdom Come? Did you understand what was fucking going on in that book when it came to the gulags and the justice that was being forced on these characters and the fucking murky lines which had now nobody could tell who the hero was and who the villain was due to. But they're not going in it. They're not getting anything. Carol Danvers. Oh yeah, you might have a $5. Let's say a $5 front price. You might pick it up for $12.
Yeah, and then that inflation would have killed it anyway. So, so it would have been a wash out. You might have lost money. Shit, it might have cost more, but it would have lost money effectively because your money is not going as far. So, yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.